No, before the B switch up, I was a little nervous. It's like Kendrick,
Yeah,
this
like
was what they were memeing about, bro. Don't do this, bro. Don't
like
do
what
this.
is this? And then
But
I'm
like,
like,
I
oh
like the
no,
intro though. I like that intro. He was breaking
yeah.
him down. He was breaking that nigga down
Everything about
surgically.
that, like, cause even up until the beat change up, you're like, okay, this is solid, but like Drake went so much harder and so much more disrespectful,
Yeah,
and then
especially
he
with
switched
Taylor
it up.
made
Yeah.
freestyle, right? So I'm like, okay. But then that beat switch, and then he just starts breaking this nigga down,
Just
bro.
cook and but like, and then the bet like that's another thing you need on a diss track is to rebut lines that they used. The
Yep.
20v1 flip.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
that was great.
god.
Like that's what you need to do. Who cares if that nigga has Ghost Riders? Flip that shit then. Flip it right
Yeah.
back at him, bro. Like
Like,
holy.
oh, I love that because like that's one of the things where it's like we all know Drake has Ghost Riders or has Ghost Riders. Yeah, okay, but then you use a line that because like for me, the thing that hits hard about the diss tracks is like, well we know Drake hit his kid, someone already did that, so he turns that into I'm a better father than you and you're a deadbeat. You know
Yeah,
what I
he's
mean?
like, you don't know about raising them. You don't know about waking them up. You don't know about telling them
Yeah.
a prayer. You don't know about walking them through life.
You know what I mean? Or like, oh, Drake's got a BBL. Okay, well, let's turn that into he's throwing ass with sexy red. Like,
Bro,
yes.
or like
Oh,
tell your core audience where you got your abs. Like, dude, like I was just like, nah, he's
yeah.
cooking. He's breaking him down surgically. Not only is he lyrically breaking him down, but he's also rebuttaling and breaking him
Yes.
down. Like, it's just not. It's just
Oh
great.
my god, because you need a couple good things on a diss track for me. You need to get personal. You need to start some of these lines have to hit. You need funny punchlines and jokes, and then
Yep.
you also need to show how clever you are with your wordplay. And then you also need to rebut other shit that they said. Like, yeah, and flipping that 20v1 because the Ghost Rider, people know he has Ghost Riders, but it's how are you gonna use that?
Exactly. Like, how you
In
gonna
a
flip
diss
that?
track.
And nah,
And
it was great. Nah, he like Kendrick Lamar cooked this man. Cooked
Because
this man.
he didn't try to get too fucking flowery with it. He kept it disrespectful. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you don't want it to be this like, you don't want it to go into the lyrical, spiritual, door hinge rhymes with orange, like.
Bro,
every
I
other
just
shit.
know the end of the song where he's like, "We don't want to hear you say nigga no more." The niggas are gonna chant that. That's gonna be a chant, bro. That's gonna be a chant. Like,
Like-
holy, like people are gonna keep saying that, bro.
Going after his blackness, like.
Oh my god, it's over for him.
I mean, I'm not like as a light skin myself, not a huge fan of that, but
No,
get
it's
it.
over. It's Jew boy now. like you
Like-
can't.
Rick Ross, like that's what I mean. Rick Ross was like he just said white boy 60 times. We're like, okay.
Okay.
Like, if he said we, it makes us.
This guy said, "How many features are you gonna have to make you? How many features with black guys are you gonna have to make you feel black enough?" Like, holy fuck, bro!
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's
like,
crazy.
Just hit where it hurts, because like yeah, Drake's always suffered with this problem of legitimacy because it's kind of like the same with like fuck. I'm trying to think of another rapper.
Logic.
No, 'cause Logic, no. This is the thing. This is why I won't disrespect Logic. Because no, this nigga saw struggle. Like we're not like that man. He might not have seen like the full-on effect of racism because of like colorism. Don't get me wrong, but that man grew up in object poverty.
We're talking about Logic.
Yeah. I'm talking
Yeah.
about- and he can definitely. It's like the same way that like some people, like white people who grow up in black neighborhoods who also grow up in that poverty, like they can't, like I don't want to say they have the hood pass, but they can understand the experience much better. That like for me, for example.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
I'm
If you grew up in the
mixed, but
environment, you're gonna understand it.
I'm mixed, but I didn't grow up in the fucking hoods. Like I'm not claiming to be fucking whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not. Like that's not me, right?
Yeah.
But like there are some light skinned niggas who fucking are out here like Ader Slater Smith getting high, selling drugs in his car, right? Like, it's like yeah, like that. Those people have that legitimacy, and like Drake has been trying to like legitimize himself, but he has like from my understanding, like yeah, he acts thug, but like I mean at the same time, I don't think he's ever been like trying to be like Chief Keef. You know what I mean? He plays into the corniness, right? Like he does skits, he does all this shit.
He does
whatnot.
both. That's why like Drake just feels like an actor. Like he
yeah.
never stopped acting. Cause like he plays into it like Like I think it was on the song, what's it, Breakdown? What's that song with Kendrick, or Meltdown with Travis Scott? Like he even like messaged like a gang that like he would have been hanging with in Paris if they weren't suing or such. Like he was like, he talks about gang activity. He talks about like he has shooters. Like he never says he does the shooting, but like he talks like he's like he has a foot into it.
Yeah, and I think I wouldn't say that's that uncommon for him as an adult to have been in these circles long enough that he would know people who.
Yeah, exactly. And he
right?
talks about, and he's also talked about like saying like he never was gangster, but he became gangster. Like I think it's on the song "Away from Home." I think it's on that song. He talks about like he wasn't gangster. He said he wasn't really gangster until now. Like so he's.
And yeah, I do believe that to some extent, because like he never, especially his early stuff, he wasn't rapping like I'm bagging up in the street, like his Meek Mill's beef, right? Like he used that, like you're getting bodied by a singing nigga, and like you know where you went soft. Like I've never claimed to be from the streets, but you are, and you went soft.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he uses that to his advantage.
But like the thing is like Drake, like no matter how much he tries to wipe his past, we all know where he came from. That man grew up in Forest Hill. He did go to Vaughn Academy, which like you know a lot of like a lot of hood niggas went there. Like it was a not great neighborhood, but like that nigga grew up in Forest Hill.
Yeah, bro. Like
so like
you were a teenage actor.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like and like because like again for hip hop, because the cultures of the people who are the most successful are people who come from Kendrick's background. That'll always be a stain on his legitimacy, and he plays to it. But yeah, like definitely coming up, like dude, no one took this nigga seriously. And like you could even make a case that like he's not really a rapper. Like you were saying, like I remember I saw a tweet that was like he's an actor playing a rap star, and like you don't think Drake fans know that? Like that's a feature, not a bug. It's almost like how people, like I saw this video about how Eminem and Jack Harlow, even though they aren't necessarily go out of their way to be like disrespectful about the culture, I feel like Eminem is a little bit better in this case than Jack Harlow, because Eminem again is one of those people who came from an environment where like he saw object poverty and lived in a black neighborhood and like obviously hung out with black people and like has some experience running with their thing. But basically like what they're saying is like there are so many white people out there who are like, well, I don't listen to hip hop, but I'll listen to Eminem. And I imagine it's the same thing with Jack Harlow, because they've come and they've turned this medium into something that's more palatable for a larger audience because of their whiteness. And Drake has done that to some extent, but I don't think it's necessarily with race is definitely a part of that, but it's pop music and dance music. Like I feel like there are so many people who are like, I don't really listen to hip hop, I listen to Drake because he strikes this very big
Drake makes music for everybody.
Yeah,
like he's a pop artist and a rapper.
Exactly. And like that,
people try to throw Drake into just the pop category, but he is a rapper first. Like, yeah, I don't even know if I would say first, but he is a rapper to his core. Like, he is very hip hop.
And he started rap because like I feel like it's hard to really put people into any type of box, especially with pop music, because pop is whatever's popular. Taylor Swift's pop and Drake's pop. Like, you know what I mean? And like people act as though like it's not intentional. Like, yeah, this guy could be making fucking conscious raps, fucking whatever, but like, is it gonna bring truth? Like, this guy, yeah, my mom was a teacher. Yeah, grew up in a mansion. Yeah, like, what does he gotta say? Like, what is he saying on the black experience? Like, what do you want from him? He's making music that works for him. Like,
yeah. But no, it's great. I'm happy Kendrick Lamar responded on a fucking Tuesday too. Like, it's just great. It's just a Tuesday morning.
When I saw the group chat going lit, I was like, yes.
My God, it's like,
this man.
Yeah, I was so excited. I was
no,
like,
dude, Twitter's ass. Like, I can't, bro. Like,
Twitter's ass, but your timeline's ass. Like, that's just.
I just want to trend it. That's because I don't.
Yeah,
really go,
like I never use trending, man. Like the only time I use trending is if like I really need to quickly find something. But like besides that, my timeline just updates with everything I need.
it's so like it's either just like if you go on Drake, or well, Drake's track drops and then it's people just glazing Drake with like the bare bones memes, and then Kendrick's track drops and then it's just people glazing Kendrick. There's some clever stuff, like so it was like Brock Lesnar, like 30 guys running to a ring, and it's like Drake and his Ghost Riders. Like, there's some stuff. But
yeah, that's the thing with Twitter though. Like, there's always gonna be people who are just dick riding each side. Like, that's why I just ignore a lot of those tweets. Like,
because that's what irritates me.
Because like it was so disappointing to see Kendrick and Mar fans just pretty much become the same thing they hated Drake fans for. Like, it was just like, alright, you guys are literally just the same people now.
Like, because the thing that really irritates me is if you can at least recognize the threat and the talent.
Yeah, like it's just like motherfuckers just like, oh, this is whack, this is ass. Like they're not actually listening because they care about the music. They just want to pick a side. And it's just like, you don't know these people. Like, just enjoy the music, man.
That's fine, and you can be like, hey, like, I'm a Kendrick fan. Like, talking to Janae, she's like, I'm not listening to Drake, so I don't care. And I'm like, okay, like, she's just very clear about her bias. She's like, I'm a Kendrick girly. That's it. Like, and I'll explain some of the lines and stuff. Like, she's like, yeah, the Metro Boomin line, that's funny. Like, what am I gonna say? That's not funny? Like, yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. Like, that's funny, dude.
Like, it's funny because like he really can't do anything but make some drums. Like, he's not a rapper. like,
and like, fuck, like, and like, yeah, like, Drake's lyricism on that diss track was just, it was elite. Like,
no, I like Push-Ups and I like Taylor Made Freestyle. Like, they were both good diss tracks.
Yeah, like Taylor Made's definitely not as good.
Oh no, Taylor Made's better.
Yeah, you like it better?
Because it's a direct shot for Kendrick. Like, it's.
Oh, okay, that is true.
Like, Push-Ups is a general diss track for like everybody, but Taylor Made is just straight gunning for Kendrick.
And it is really disrespectful. I think diss track. I think Push-Ups is. The hits are harder and the lines are cleverer. However, it's easier to do that when, like, I have the best line I have for this guy, best line I have for this guy, I can use the best line I have for this guy, instead of being like, okay, I need to come up with 6-7 lines about one dude, or like having the opportunity to hit like 7-8 guys, and like it's fresh. Like, you can find the hardest hitting thing about the weekend or the hardest hitting thing about that. So every line feels fucking hard.
Yeah.
Versus like if it's one guy, then you're gonna run out of steam eventually, right? So.
No, exactly. Steven, leave me alone, okay? Like, I started the stream late because I had to listen to Kendrick Lamar's diss track, okay? I'm only late because big news dropped, alright? Like, I was a little busy. I was a little busy. Priorities. Like, if Kendrick Lamar didn't drop, I would have started exactly at 1 p.m. But I spent like 2 hours listening to the song on repeat.
Black people time over here.
Yeah, I am. Holy, but nah, like, that shit was great. I'm happy.
I can't wait for. I want this to get in person.
And I'm not really grinding. I'm more so just want to free these guys' spirit or open their hearts, whatever they call it. Like,
what are you playing?
Pokemon XD. So they're shadow Pokemon, and you got to open up their hearts. So they can come.
Pokemon Coliseum.
Yeah, it's the sequel to Coliseum. Oh, so I gotta fix the chat box. Man's message popped up so squished on the screen. Steven, type something so I can see how it looks on the stream. Okay,
So my company fucked me again.
Well, they touched you?
Pardon?
They touched you?
Well, they fucking said, like, cause basically, like, typically, um, you have the out of work season, which is the winter, like probably to about spring. So you have like a 3-4 month period where a lot of jobs for heavy equipment just there's not work. Just the nature of it. Like you're not gonna fucking you dig a trench, you have to literally melt the snow and then put a pump to pump the water out. If you want to fill that trench in, right, you can't have water there, or else it'll fuck up the grade and like it'll squish, can't compact properly, and make sinkholes.
Nothing wrong with little sinkholes.
Yeah. Coming from Mr. I hate potholes over there.
I fucking love them actually.
So it's literally faster to just like it's more cost efficient to just not even touch the ground in that period of time instead of like paying people to work at such a fucking handicap. It's great. Utility's a little different because if you're working downtown Toronto, you're not really moving a ton of dirt, right? You're cutting open concrete, you're digging up whatever, and then you got to do stuff, and then it's getting backfilled with like essentially concrete. So like, it'll get wet. It's gonna fucking harden up concrete. It's not gonna be a problem.
Shout out to hardening.
Long story short, my company was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have so much work. Like, we're gonna get you guys right back in January. Blah blah blah. We got so much work coming up." Da, da, da. So I was like, "Okay, like I'm not gonna go on the out of work list. So my union can find me another job, whatever." So I stick with them. You know, after winter vacation, we go to work for 2 weeks, and they're like, "Yeah, there's no more work. We gotta lay you guys off." I'm like, "What?"
I mean,
So
they had work, you know, just
yeah.
not as long as they expected.
It all fell through, or like didn't get. I'm like, oh, like fucking whatever. So I was like, okay, like, I'm talking to my supervisor. I'm like, hey man, like, I'll just go. Like, you don't need to call me back. Like, I can just go on the out of work list because like I'm kind of over this job anyways. Because like, there's just not a lot of fucking heavy equipment operating to be doing here. So I'm like, it's close to my house, and that's why I've stayed so long. Because like, fuck, I don't want to wake up at 4:30 to drive to fucking Oshawa, but I guess that's where we're at.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, all right, well, so he's like, no, we want to get you back. Blah, blah, blah. So he calls me back in February. So I was only out of work like a month and a half. So I was like, okay, that's not bad. Yeah. So, you know, we work up until now. It's about two months. And then now when the season's going, this guy's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to lay you off. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Not when the season gets going.
Yeah, because that's what pissed me off. Because like now, this would be when they're starting to actually call people from the list.
Yeah.
To put crews together for like the summer and fall months. And so now I'm gonna be at the back of the list for that. I'm like, dude, you're such a bitch. Like.
Yeah, like. Why'd you keep you here? Just to be like, oh, no, we can't.
Oh, well, actually, because like what they try to do, right, is they try to like, they have to like contracts will be delayed, and they want to hit this balance of keeping people employed versus like having. But I'm just like, dude, like fuck you guys, like you should have just like, because they don't want people going to other places, but it's also like you're gonna fuck us around like that. Like, all right, so
yeah, if you don't want to lose people, maybe you should, I don't know, give them work and keep them.
Yeah, or just be honest too, like just like, hey, we don't have a lot of work, but this is the plan, like.
Yeah, or at least
cool
give you some kind of rundown, like.
Yeah, because we all work in the industry. We all get that if there's no work, you can't just have a bunch of guys standing around. Like we all understand that, but there has to be more transparency than like, okay, you just don't want to. Like, yeah, that shit pissed me off. So I'm hoping to find a new position, and not to mention, like everyone I've worked with there is like, if you want to learn heavy equipment operating, you can't do it here. There's just not enough. There's just not enough work.
Yeah.
Like at other places, you're gonna be in the machine. Fucking 100% of the time, 50 hours, but here, man, dude, like so much standing around.
Not so much standing around. That's crazy.
Yeah, because once you dug the initial shaft, you know, it's a lot of like labor work. So like for a heavy equipment operator, you know, you might work 1 day out of the week, and then the rest is like very minimal. Lift this and out of this in and out of the hole. You know, drop a pipe, drop some equipment in, pull it out. You know, not, you know, other places you're trenching for 10 hours straight, right? So.
Well, I guess now it's time to bounce back until you find another job.
I know because originally when I started, I like the idea that I'd have like 2-3 months off. Like you work 60 hours a week during the summer, fall, and a little bit of spring, but then you have winter off, go on a trip, do whatever,
Yeah.
get EI, get a part-time job, something like.
And then you just come back in the summer. I mean, it's a good cycle.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people who just work during the season and they just live like wherever hot for the winter. That's what I'm trying to do. But
That's Janae, what?
I was gonna say Janae wants to have kids. I'm like, come on, like.
Yeah, that's what my uncle's goal is. It was before he had kids, but now he's trying to implement it with his son. But yeah, that's what he wants to do. Take winters off and then come back and work in the summer.
Well, that's what I told her, right? Is I'm like, hey, we could have the vacation home in Belize, or we could have a child. Which one do you want?
Or you could just raise your kids wherever you go.
Those weren't the two options, Jameer. We could have the vacation home in Belize.
Have him do little homeschooling.
That's what's so frustrating about having those conversations with her, because she's just like, I'm gonna have it all, and I'm like, that's physically not possible. She's like, you're a pessimist. Okay, I know I'm a pessimist, but still.
I mean, it's not that's not possible. It's just very, very hard in this economy.
Dude, I'm looking at her. I'm like, you want the kid and the $1.5 million home? Something's got to give. It's the kid in Pickering, not the kid. We can't have a kid in Toronto. She's like, no, I don't care. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you can have a kid in Toronto. I mean, you can. It'll just be very hard.
Or you're living in a shoebox.
Yeah.
Because like both of our prerequisites for children is like have a house, like a big enough house to raise a family in. But like, I'm like, then it's not in Toronto. She's like, why do you think like that? I'm like, because I have eyes.
What do you mean? Why do you think like that? She's not see outside. Like,
bro,
has she looked at the house market?
She's always sending me posts of like really nice houses, and some of them I'm like, wow, this is like super reasonable. But like. With me, I'm always like.
But are you renting them?
No, but like buying. There's like we saw one that was like 2-bath, 3-bedroom in like Leslieville. It was like a loft for like. It was 2-bed, 2-bath, I think, for like 700,000, and it was like all renovated, updated. It wasn't huge, but it was like big enough. I was like, no, that's super reasonable. Like.
How close are they to their neighbors? Fully attached?
Oh yeah, I think they're attached.
Ah.
But still, like I've seen.
No, it is for Toronto, but like fuck, like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like 700K for that in like Houston, bro, gets you this big ass house, fully detached. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's reasonable for here, but it's just so upsetting. It's just so upsetting.
We have the worst housing market in the world.
Yeah, no, it's terrible,
to
bro.
Other, first world countries.
Yeah, no, I
like,
refuse to believe we're a first world country. I refuse to believe it, bro.
No, dude, there are some cities, like, you know, New York, London, you know, like the big cities that will outcompete Canadian real estate markets.
Yeah.
Like Toronto, because that would be our equivalent. But when you start going to like Fairfax, Nova Scotia, and houses are like $1 million, there's something like, because people, like, I've heard people compare Toronto to New York, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, okay, New York has double our population, is the world's economic hub, is one of the world's cultural hubs, and like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, what, and like, if I drive 2 hours outside, or if I drive an hour and a half outside of New York, I can find a reasonably priced house.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Toronto is not like New York. Toronto is a parasite. Like, Toronto is terrible.
Toronto is a capitalist wet dream and a worker's nightmare. Like,
yeah, like, what are we talking about, man? Like, I hate it here.
Do you think you're gonna try to move somewhere more permanent?
I don't know.
Or, like,
I don't know, cause like I don't know much about other places. It's so hard when you lived in one place for 25 years. Like,
and what's all, like, people also don't recognize too is like it's hard to immigrate to another city or to another country to like work there. No, I'm not talking about like you want to travel there 1-2 years.
Yeah.
But like to actually get your paperwork and like permanent residents and go through their immigration process. Because I've seen it with like some friends I have here, and like Martin, the Slovakian guy, he it took him 4 years to get his PR.
Wow, it's a long
Just
time.
like to get his permanent residence. So he just kept extending his visa, pumping his brakes, like, and like I'm not gonna name names, but a certain demographic of people, kind of fucked up the system for everyone. Right now. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, like, so I don't know how it is for other countries, but I think it's like, you know, if you wanted to move to anywhere, like I thought about maybe going to Europe, maybe like Portugal, but like just to get like EU membership and like a Portuguese like citizenship, like it's basically it's hard if you don't have like family or like previous connections.
Yeah.
Like it's not impossible, but it's just more difficult.
Yeah, it's a long process.
So I mean, the next option would maybe be try the United States, but even that, it's still hard to get to be able to immigrate to the U.S. And also, do you want to get shot? So you know, there's that.
Yeah, like you never know when you're gonna be in the next mass shooting.
Dude, it's weird. Like, I think the States is like the coolest place. I can't wait to visit, but like I'm always gonna have it in the back of my head as soon as I start hearing "Stop resisting! Stop resisting!" Like, that's it, bro.
Like the U.S. is a cool place. I'm not gonna act like they don't have cool cities or like cool parks and amusement parks and like all the cultural shit. Like, you know, they got that. It's just that like they're the worst. They're the worst. Like,
yeah. And then like outside of Toronto, you want to stay in Canada. Okay, outside of Toronto, there are like 4 cities I'd actually live. Vancouver, more expensive, or at the same time.
you know, honestly, like I've started thinking about more than like I'm like I don't think there is a problem. Like as long as I'm not too far from the city, I don't think I don't mind going anywhere. Like as long as I can travel to the city within a reasonable time. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I thought too. Like I wouldn't have a problem going to Pickering, Whitby.
No, even
Ajax,
like further out, like just even like
Mississauga.
King City or some shit, like just a random city, like like the size of like 2 Cedar Braes live, like, like
Yeah, because like it's also a different type of lifestyle. Because like you can just go in your backyard and shoot some guns, or like dirt, like fucking ATV around the property, or like something.
yeah,
like
it's
that.
like you ever driven up north to like where like Weston Road ends, like you just go up like I don't know, all the way up to 400, just deep out there, and you see some of the houses out there, and they're so far apart. They're all like big, and they're like a lot of farm area. I'm like, wow.
But they're pricey too. Cause like we went to Brooklyn, which is about half hour outside of Port Perry, and it's about 45 minutes drive on the 401 to the 412. Maybe. No, it's about 45 minutes outside of like from my house. So like you want to go to the downtown core, it'd probably take you an hour and 20 depending on traffic. And we went to the Brooklyn State Fair, and Janae and I fucking loved it. Like it's just this little fair in like a parking lot and like a park, and like they had like the games, rides, like just fair shit. They had
the classic small town fair.
Yeah, but what sold it for us is they had a parade where, you know, I'm like, look at all these minorities. Like, what the fuck? Good for us. And like, it was so nice. Like, people are all super friendly. Like, and that's another thing you get from like being in a smaller town. People are just friendly.
Yeah, a lot of people
Like,
were friendly.
Like talking with my uncle, because he lives out Roseneath. Like, he's friends with all of his neighbors. They did an Easter hunt. Like, I'm like, who are these people? They're like, oh, they're just the neighbors. We kind of just like do it for the younger kids. And I'm like, yeah, man, like that's super fucking cool. But then we looked at the houses in Brooklyn, and they're just as much money. Like,
Yep.
it's like $1 million still.
Still, like it
fuck?
never goes down.
Like, I'm like, the further we get, the more it gets higher.
Like it doesn't go down. Like it's just worse. And it's like out further you go, it's getting more expensive because like that's just looking like a luxury now. People are like, oh, it's quiet. Oh, it's spacious. Oh, you get a big house.
But that's what happens is people look at the prices in the core and they slowly just start moving further away.
Yeah.
And like,
It's
dude,
like if you could get that in Toronto, then you should be able to get double that here.
exactly. And then what's also fucked too is now you have, like, not even talking about out east, but out west, bro. Like Mississauga's getting up there. Burlington is fucking ridiculous. Oakville's ridiculous. Even Hamilton, bro. Hamilton's getting fucking ridiculous too. And like, who the fuck wants to live in Hamilton?
Oh, I love Hamilton. That's a great city, bro.
Yeah, like, do you want to work at the steel mill there?
My favorite team, my favorite football team plays there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
What's their name? Hamilton what, Junior?
Wildcats.
Tiger Cats, you fucking idiot.
I was so close. I knew it was something. I was so close.
Why? I was like, there's no way he gets this. Like, this NFL hater. So, my one coworker, he bought his house for like, this was probably about 5 years ago when I started with Ritzy. He bought his house for $320, and it's in Hamilton, and he's actually right beside the Tiger Cats stadium. He could walk. It's like a 2-3 minute walk from his house.
Yeah.
It's a nice little house, 3 floors, like 3 bath, 4 bed, but it's on the smaller end. But he's in like the downtownish of Hamilton, and his property's now like 500,000. Like,
500,000? Wow.
maybe even more, 600,000, because he renovated the whole fucking thing. And yeah, that's just within 5 years. Granted, he's a phenomenal like general contractor / like cabinet maker. Redid his everything himself, right? So, but yeah, it's getting kind of crazy. And then also like you're having this phenomenon again. Not gonna name the ethnicity of the people, but like if you're moving like 10 to 15 people into a bungalow, that's a lot easier of a payment opposed to 1 or 2 trying to afford a house.
Yeah, I can't think of who could have done something like that.
Indians. But yeah, it's not their fault that like they're like, yeah, like anyone could do that. Like it's not like specifically a cultural thing. And then you take that to its logical conclusion where we get to late stage capitalism, where now you have the corporations and really rich personal investors just buying property. And
Yeah.
like just buying property to rent it.
You got
Even
these
though they have
corporations
no-
buying property. You got all these people who are seeing what they're doing and thinking they can get in buying property. And now we got all these landlords
Yeah.
who
And, like,
just don't have any cap and can do whatever they want. And,
even for me, like I don't have a problem with the person who's like, I'm gonna buy a rental property. I've worked my whole life, you know, and they have 1, even maybe 2 rental properties. But like for these personal investors who have
Yeah.
like 40 houses, a ton of short-term rent, like it's like okay, like,
yeah,
what the fuck
exactly.
are
It's
we
like,
doing?
why?
Yeah,
Why is this
'cause even-
allowed?
Yeah, like even the people who have that 1 or 2 rental properties, like it's not like they're billionaires.
Yeah, of course
Right?
not. Any
They're
day
still
could be their
taking
last
a lot
day,
of-
bro. Like any
Yeah.
day could just be a one bad day. That's all it ever takes. It's
like-
one bad day and they lose it all.
What I will say about those fucking people is I hate the sob stories of like the landlord like cry fest of like if you are like a landlord and your whole financial strategy revolves around having a tenant that consistently pays for your mortgage and is the breadwinner of your fucking family, I don't know what to tell you. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
a level of risk that you should not fucking take.
Your tenant shouldn't be your breadwinner. They should
Yeah,
be
that's
your
ridiculous.
bonus. Like that.
Exactly.
Like they should be your profit. They should.
Like these sob stories are like, oh, they trashed the place, or I can't find anyone to rent. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that is the risk you took on as a landlord.
Yeah,
like-
literally.
The landlords wanted the government to force people to pay rent during the pandemic, and it's just like I have no sympathy for you. You took on this investment knowing the risk. Like this was too much financial risk. Then, if you can't pay if you can't pay a year's worth of your own rent and mortgage, just out of pocket versus all your own expenses, you've made a bad investment. That is too risky for you.
Yeah.
Or like 6 months. That's just that.
Or
is
like,
what
yeah,
it is.
exactly. Not maybe a whole year, but at least like something. If you don't have like a rainy fun kind of like thing
Yeah.
going on, like then you're cooked. Like you
That's
shouldn't
a
be
bad
doing
investment.
what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can't pay for like renovations that are mandated by the government. Like my sisters, they moved into a place, and again, this was a company that owned 5 or 6 houses on this street, and their old electrical all went, so they had no power in their house. They were using one fuse, like one socket outlet worked, and
Yeah.
then they didn't want to even hire a real electrician until my sister said we're gonna go to the board of like housing and see if this guy's certified. He's like, oh no, we'll hire a real electrician. Like, I was like, are you fucking serious?
I'm like, you do realize like your people's lives are in your hand. Like if something goes wrong because you did some shafty work, you realize you're cooked, right? Like
Yeah, like, dude, and like,
like
this is the
it
thing
like
that's-
you cheaped out for like this short bit of time and then just screwed yourself in the long run. Like what was the point?
It's gonna keep happening. I don't know, like landlords love to, same with like house flippers, love to just put band-aid fixes, love to fucking
Yeah, nobody likes to just pay for it up front. It's like you're just spending more money the longer you keep this problem. If you just fixed it immediately,
yeah,
then you would have
like,
fine.
like you and I understand this, especially because like as tradespeople, you understand the physical side of it. As like you've seen, like so many people want to cheap out on cabinets, and I'm like, just buy the good cabinets. Like, don't try to nickel and dime. Like, here's what people would always do. So when you're making upper cabinets, you can put a full half-inch back on them, or you could put like strips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you could do that IKEA garbage, which is that like 1/4 inch flimsy garbage. But do you see how the cabinets feel? And how wobbly they are? I've never made a cabinet that could fucking move like that. Just put a half-inch back, and you wanna know the difference in price between that fucking 1/8 1/4 inch shit and a half-inch piece?
What?
It's like 35 more percent. Just buy that, and your cabinet's gonna last. You could throw it off a fucking building and it fucking still be okay. Versus that thing that feels like a stiff wind's gonna fucking catch it. Yeah, 30% seems like a lot when you're talking on such a big scale, but like, dude, like the quality of your cabinet goes up by like 200, 300%. Like, and it's gonna last longer. And also, like, we get it because like the tools we use. I don't fucking buy cheap tools. I buy a good tool once. And we've all been burned. You buy shitty tools here and there, and you get your fucking out. Like, you're like, oh, this chisel sucked. It broke immediately.
I'm sorry, say that again. I was talking to my mom. My mom started talking about something.
We understand tools.
Yeah.
It's like you buy good tools once. You don't like, dude. That's why I love like Canadian Tire.
Yeah, exactly. You don't buy
Lifetime
something like
warranty.
I wouldn't buy something from like Dollarama. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Just gonna fucking break.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
Like you buy an expensive good tool once. Obviously, the range. Like you, as soon like dude, like the difference between like Festool and Walt is like triple the cost. But I don't think they're triple the quality, but they're triple the cost.
yeah, I love
I'm not
walking
saying
to Home
do
Depot
that.
and seeing like 4 different screwdrivers by different companies, and just like, why is this one like $40? Like, what
Yeah.
did you do so differently to make your Phillips?
$40. Like that's why, like, dude, I always say this, people. Canadian Tire, lifetime guarantee on Mastercraft. They're not the best tools, but if you're getting
Oh yeah, I have Mastercraft flatheads because they have magnetic tips. I was like, a flathead with a magnetic tip? That's what I'm here for.
And then, dude, I had my buddy told me the story about this because dude, the screwdriver sets, like the 200-piece screwdriver set, that's like $200 goes to like sale for $20 at Canadian Tire. That's a fire deal. Always get that. And but he was talking about his hammer. He was like, the claw broke off the hammer. So he walked into Canadian Tire, was like, hey, like my hammer broke. They just gave him a new hammer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and same thing happened for me. One of the
Do you need a receipt or anything?
No, he just walked in with a broken Mastercraft hammer. They just gave it to him.
That's crazy.
Lifetime, same thing with me. I had a number for screwdriver Robertson, and the actual bit like fell out of the shaft. So I walked in and showed it to her, and she's like, "Okay, just get one off the fucking rack."
That's
So I walked
crazy.
over, got, and it was like, it was a better screwdriver. They didn't even care. They were like, I was like, "This is the only one you had." They're like, "That's fine."
That's
Yeah,
fine.
because like the one I got was from a set, so it was a little smaller, so I could only get the single.
Yeah.
And she's just like, "That's fine." Yeah, no, like that's like they're like for screwdrivers, hand tools, Mastercraft, unless it's like carving chisels or something really specific. Um, Canadian Tire, fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, I like Canadian Tire tools. I got my channel locks from there too. I like their channel locks because they actually lock in place instead of like always constantly sliding and bending. They actually lock, and then they're also like curved instead of like the flat like normal ones. So they actually grip around everything. I like their channel locks.
Also,
Pretty
it's
nice.
almost like a pipe wrench.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pipe wrench. It even has like the teeth on them too, like one. And like, yeah, this is what we need here.
Yeah, like, and don't get me wrong, there is personal preference. Like the difference between Milwaukee and DeWalt. Um,
Oh, shout out to
and
Team Milwaukee Gang. Milwaukee Gang.
look, here's
Milwaukee
what I'll say.
Gang.
Here's what I'll say. Overall, Milwaukee's better. They have more tools.
They have a lot
They
of tools.
have the smaller battery tools as well. So just more tools and more versatile tools. But tool for tool, it's not always the same. Like Jigsaw, I will live, and my buddy, he had Milwaukee, I had DeWalt at the cabinet shop, and the Jigsaw, he would always want to use my DeWalt Jigsaw because his Milwaukee Jigsaw, bro, the fucking on button was like, this thing was made for gorillas or something. The on button was so far away from where your hand is. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? So you have to hold it in this ass awkward way, and like sometimes you gotta jigsaw shit awkwardly, like upside down. Like it just all depends, right?
Not upside down.
Yeah, because like the way a jigsaw cuts is all the blowout is on the underside of the piece. So if you cut the presentation side of the piece with the jigsaw traditionally, instead of flipping it upside down, you're just gonna blow out all the paint. So it's pretty common to do that. And his was just awkward, fucking uncomfortable to hold. But then the router, oh my god, that Milwaukee router is fucking beautiful. Like you can hold it in one hand. It's lighter, it's balanced better. The DeWalt one's fucking massive, bro. Like I've got pretty big hands, and I feel like I'm gonna drop this shit because biggest thing with like a laminate trimmer or a smaller router is being able to hold it in one hand. That's like 90% of the shit you're doing. I do not know who designed this shit at DeWalt, but I'm like, did you ask anyone who was gonna use this fucking tool?
Why
Like,
do they have to ask
competitive-
them? What do they know?
Like, I don't know. I love talking about tools. Also, black and yellow are better. It's a better color scheme.
Red and black is definitely better than black and yellow.
No, here's what I say. The reason is visibility on the job site. Red's
What, are you
too
blind?
dark, it blends it. Yes. Red's too dark, it blends in with too much shit on a job site. That's why, like, I love DeWalt for just being bright yellow. Very
I don't know,
rarely-
man.
No,
I,
dude,
I
you
don't
can't
need
lie.
glasses, you know what I mean? So
Very
like, I'm good.
rarely on a job. Well, I guess you've been into like fully renoed homes or
Yeah.
homes that are getting renovated. You know, shit's everywhere, and very rarely will that shit be bright yellow. Very rarely will it also be bright red, but
A lot
I
of the
feel like
time,
the
it's
red
always like a
warms too
blue
much.
gray. You know what I mean? I swear to God, everyone got tools that are like dark blue and gray.
I know Makita has that like light turquoise, but I remember I saw a guy with a set of Makita drills that were just black. I'm like, that's terrible.
Not black.
Like, that's terrible. But yeah, there's a reason. Like,
But red and black's just cooler. You know what I mean?
it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Aesthetically, debatable. I personally like my Bumblebee.
I
But,
mean,
like,
Bumblebee can be a cool color scheme, but it's just mostly yellow. You know what I mean? Like it's just mostly yellow.
Yeah,
And,
no,
like,
I agree. But like that's aesthetics aside. But like practically, yellow's better. There's a reason high visibility clothing is orange, yellow, and like silver.
Yeah, they have nice neon green.
But that's the only gripe I'll have about, like, that's a very small one. Like, I don't think anyone's. You notice it when you're.
I'm sure they all work the same regardless too, right? So like, at the end of the day,
no.
whatever one you use.
If you go tool for tool, you'd be surprised. I see some of these videos that are very cool. They'll like compare like drills, and they'll just have like a 6-inch screw or something, and they'll be drilling it into hardwood and see which one's faster, which one quits first. Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff. But I think generally Milwaukee's better. It's a better system.
So it's in a milk gang.
But it's not so far off that like it's not like Ryobi. Like Milwaukee, Makita, and DeWalt are all kind of in the same discussion for like good.
They're all in the same tier.
Workhorses. Yeah, exactly. Milwaukee's definitely just the best, especially the battery set, because that's really what you're offering when you buy a tool set. Is what can my batteries do for me? Because that is the most expensive part of your tools. You buy 6 batteries. That's fucking like $600-700. Like good fucking 5-amp batteries.
Yeah, because my uncle's friend has these giant Milwaukee batteries. They're fucking massive.
Oh, for like the leaf blowers and shit? Yeah.
No, not for the leaf blowers. They're just like for like the drills and shit. He puts them on drills because like all Milwaukee's batteries are all like universal. They work for like all their tools. So like he just has like these big ones that are just like hold a lot of charge, and he just puts them in everything.
I think I know the ones you're talking about, and they're for like leaf blowers and like lawn equipment.
Oh, are they?
Can be. Well, they're like, if you're using equipment that big, you can you want them for what's it called? You just want the biggest battery. But like you can use them on drills, but they're a little awkward sometimes. Because I have these 5-amp batteries, I'll send you a picture, and these are the biggest batteries I have. And are these the ones you're talking about? Because these are the only ones I get. Or does he have bigger ones?
I don't even know what size my batteries are because I have the normal size one for the drill. Are they 3 or 5? I don't remember.
Because it's also, they can be 3 or 5 and still be different sizes. So the bigger 3 amps are cheaper than the like same size 5 amp. And then the smaller compact 5 amps are pretty expensive. But yeah, like the Milwaukee and DeWalt both have like landscaping equipment, and they have some pretty beefy batteries. But yeah, dude, I imagine DeWalt has a battery powered table saw, but no, I've used Milwaukee's battery powered table saw. It's not bad. For what you need it to do, it's solid.
Yeah, like I don't need to do much.
Dude, they have a fucking bandsaw. They have a battery powered bandsaw.
Is that crazy or something?
A bandsaw, how do I describe this? A bandsaw is like typically a woodworking tool that is like.
Isn't that the thin blade one?
Yeah, it's a thin blade, and it's a band. Like it's a circular blade. That's.
Yeah, I think we had one in our shop in grade 12 or 11, right?
Yeah, exactly. We did have one in our wood shop, and like they have a portable one.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at this. I know this machine. Yeah, I remember this machine. They have a portable one of this?
Yes, they have a battery-powered bandsaw. Like that's sick.
That's pretty cool.
Like, with all these different saws, you can use. They all have different applications, right?
That makes it so much easier for like when you're on job sites. You can just bring that instead of lugging all these big ass tools or having to do everything at the shop.
Exactly, because like what a bandsaw. Because basically the portable version of a bandsaw typically was a jigsaw. But a jigsaw cuts up and down. It doesn't cut continuous. So it results in a ton of tear out. But using a bandsaw, I don't think you can use the Milwaukee bandsaw for like fine woodwork. You'll probably just have to use a jigsaw. It's just too big. But like, there are certain applications where a bandsaw is just better. And like, I can't believe they put a battery on that thing. I think that's awesome.
No, a battery on it is pretty cool.
But yeah, I sent you the picture of the batteries. But yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
No, they're bigger than that.
They're big. Yeah, that's what I thought. So do you have that size, or do you have the even smaller size?
I think mine are a little bit smaller, or that size. I can't tell. I think mine might be a little bit smaller.
Because there's the little bit smaller size, which is like the basic. These are the bigger, like 5 amps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine are the basic ones.
Yeah, I would say get a pair of these because these ones are awesome. I know Milwaukee has a slightly bigger version. Like, wait for like a Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
And see if you can get these bigger ones because they feel nice on a drill, and they're like triple the life, like triple the battery life of whatever. Oh, especially if you're drilling through like you probably use a corded drill if you're drilling through like concrete, fucking brick or something. Yeah.
Yeah, we use the 2-inch core.
Yeah, because I was about to say like apparently my dumbass company was the only one using battery powered fucking
Batteries?
to,
No,
like,
you gotta plug that shit in.
They were mixing cement. They were drilling through concrete with fucking battery powered stuff.
That took you forever, no? Like, no
Yes.
way that didn't just keep dying. That shit.
Broke the battery. It broke the drill, bro. Burnt out the motor.
Yeah, like, what the hell?
Like my fucking cheap ass company. Like I'm like, dude, people are fucked. All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay. Let's bite. I don't think this thing's dark type yet, so. Pretty sure only Nuzleaf and Shift Tree are dark type. Yeah, see, that's pure grass. Look at that. I know my Pokemon. Do 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 do. How much further until you're purified? Oh, maybe doesn't walking help? Maybe by the time I walk there, I'll be purified. I need to go back and heal anyways. I just want to do them all at once before I continue playing, so I don't have to keep running back there. But then again, I've ran back here like 3 times just to heal, so like I guess there was really no difference. Do 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 do. Oh, it can be purified. Oh wow, I was really right. It really did get purified by the time I walked there. Purified Pokemon goes way faster in this game, I will say that. That was very quick. That did not take me long to just grind all of them to be purified. Walking helps it, battling helps it, winning helps it, calling them obviously helps it. No, that was great. That only took me like what, an hour to do 3 Pokemon? Do 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 do. I don't even think this thing gained enough experience. I'm not stewing. I don't think you realize none of these Pokemon are permanents. I just want to use them until I find something cooler. But in order to use them, I need them to be purified because like I don't want to keep calling to them in battle and shit. Like, I will replace the Bulbasaur if I get something cooler, without a doubt. But I don't have something cooler yet. And this thing is a good, it's a ground psychic type, so like, why would I not use it? Oh my god, I keep thinking start button is supposed to be starting the game, but start just makes you close the goddamn game. Actually, let me just do all of them at once. Whoops. Houndour and Spheal though might be permanents though. Like I doubt I'm gonna find a cooler fire type than this. And I love Spheal, so like even if I do find a cooler water type, there's no way I'm replacing Spheal. Like look at him, he's a ball. I might not even evolve the Celio. I might just keep it a Celio. I'm not even gonna lie. I might keep it at Celio. I don't think I want a Walrein. What level does this thing just get to? 18. How do I minimize? Oh, there you go. Where's G? Oh. Oh my god, I did it again. Yes, Spheal is a great design. Celio though, Celio is peak design. Like it has the nice right amount of cute and chonk. You know what I mean? Oh, Aurora Beam is nice. Charm? Body Slam! That's like, I don't care what anyone says. Body Slam is a move, like, that's a signature move. Yep, you're a big chonk. Every playthrough gotta have a big chonk. You are a big chonk. Alright, we got ourselves a solid team. I'll put you in front. Actually, I could just use both of these. I can grind everything normally now. Oh wait, Mr. Cuddles, you're behind, buddy. You go out in front. Mr. Cuddles and Big Chonk will lead. Actually, yeah, I like this order of moves. Yeah, that's a good order. I'll put Ember first, but that's a good order. That's already fine. Side Beam, Rock Tomb, perfect. Refresh is actually pretty good. No Pokeballs? Nothing? Wow. Alright, let's start with this building. Got some Pokeballs. Anything in here? Anything in here? Are these... Oh. One super potion. This room looks a little different than it does in the first one. But I doubt they changed anything. But something about this room feels different. This doesn't do anything, right? No. How did I trigger a cutscene? What? What? Wait, 8. Now there's too many of us. What? How did they get to 8? How? I'm counting them right now. Alright, whatever. I'm not fighting them again. Hey, you're not supposed to be in here. Cypher Peon Coro. Corla? Why did I struggle to say that? That name just threw me off so hard. I was just like, I just started stroking. Shout out to Corla. Let's do that, and let's do that. Big tackle. Look at him roll, bro. Bah. Not foresight. Is water gun stronger? No, I don't think it is. Or Aurora beam should be stronger than a water gun. Mr. Cuddle's licked. It's super effective. Where did they go? I beat them, they just left the planet. Don't mind if I heal. Might as well. XD001's failure is going to send our plans right off the rails. I wish we'd finish up with this research and get out from this dark underground warren. Wow, wow. Who are you? Where did you come from? Honestly, let's double team the clam pearl. Paralyze it. my speed fell. Wait, Spheal's speed didn't drop. That's crazy. I thought that move guaranteed to drop speed. I guess that just has a chance.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
I've returned.
Corphish, you Slayer. Your beard is weird. I hope Aurora Beam one-shots this thing. It should. Come on, Spheal. Show him how strong you are. Do not flinch, Spheal. I swear to God. Big Chonk, you better not. Damn, return didn't kill it. You're weak. You're weak, Mr. Cuddles. Oh wait, why'd I use water gun? Blah. Actually, is this? I feel like going to the elevator is the right way. What's over here? No running in the hall. Or is this the right way because this is the peon member? Oh man. Which way is the right way? I don't want to go the right way.
Wow.
Is that Stoon with his mouth full of cock?
Yep. Finally making progress. That's crazy.
I am making progress now. I had to purify them so I can use them. Like, there was no point of having these niggas. Like, they also purify really fast.
At 1 o'clock, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to, but then I found out Kendrick Lamar dropped a diss track for Drake, and I spent 2 hours listening to it.
Wow.
I had to listen to it on repeat, okay? Like, it was like priorities.
I went and walked, made burgers, and contemplated working out or no.
Yeah. Now you get
Tired.
to enjoy. Now you get to enjoy Gale of Darkness.
So I might work out during the Leafs game and do even more exercise.
Not during the Leafs game.
Do you guys want to do something for that? Do you guys want to hang out, watch that?
The Leafs game?
I'm on bozo energy. Every day's a weekend for me.
I mean,
I am too until I get a job.
I had to pick up my uncle from the airport tonight. At
I'm
like,
on unemployed energy.
at
I like
like
maybe
I'm
we
also
go to a
broke.
bar.
Harder.
That's fair. I'm at that sweet point where I just stopped working, so I got a little bit of money, and as soon as I burn through that, I'm gonna be like, Janae, he wants a little treat. The future, dude. We can just watch it on TV, dude, like the usual. But there was one time, like, we went to a restaurant. And we were just getting like a little snack or something. I looked at the price. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, all right, no, like this, it'll be my treat. I'm like, all right. 'Cause we were in what's that really rich neighborhood right beside the ROM?
beside the ROM?
Dale?
I don't know. What's
We were just talking about it, Jameer. It's that like
Leslieville?
Leslieville, I think. No, it's that boutique area that has like a Balenciaga store and a house, and all those bars and restaurants.
On Bloor?
It's on like Young.
Oh, Yorkville or?
Yeah, you know.
I think
what
it's
I'm talking
Yorkville.
Adrian,
Yeah.
do you always forget what day it is when you're unemployed? Because
Oh,
I just,
buddy.
dude, you can convince me it's fucking Thursday.
Dude, I stayed up all night yesterday. Like,
I went to bed at 2 a.m., but
fucking whatever day.
I just forget what day it is in general. Every day's the same day to me, working or not.
the worst part is I have anxiety from my assignments, from like thinking I have an assignment due at 11:59 p.m. every day.
Okay, first of all, that's just because you left it till 11:59 p.m.
Hey, no, but it's not fair. It should go away. I don't deserve this.
You did it to yourself though. Like that's
No.
crazy.
I have depression. Different for me.
Oh no! Every time I hear "I got depression," I just think of that song. Shout out mental illness. Shout out mental illness. I got depression. Like, oh my god, no.
Dude.
Shout out to Jesus. If you ain't a Christian, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like, holy shit. Also, when I found out that nigga was the guy who is on Abbott Elementary, I couldn't believe it. I was like, you're the one who made that legendary song? Oh, wow. And he was funny on that show, too. I'm like, this guy's just funny. Also, I used Ember on the wrong Pokemon. I want to use Ember on the Lily. Shadow Mental Illness. Wait, are they weak to steel? Blah! That's the sound my Pokemon make when they shoot their attack at Pokemon.
I play how I was like in the bush for an hour.
Sorry to hear.
So fun shooting Germans.
Ew, seeing Anorith's mouth at the bottom of its like body is gross.
Oh yeah, it was yesterday years old when I found out Flygon has eyes under his red thing.
What? What do you mean you didn't know he had eyes there?
I thought he just had insect eyes.
I don't think he's a bug.
No, I thought that's what his design was based off of though, but no, he has like a shield over his eyes, and that makes
Yeah,
so
no,
much
they're
more
the
sense.
gold goggles. Get it? Cause he's in the desert.
That ruined it for me. I'm like, no, I like insect eyes. I
He
thought
has
they
his
were
own
so
goggles.
creepy.
Yeah, no, you never.
No.
That's so funny. You didn't. You never
I
saw his
never
eyes.
noticed it. I was always blind as a kid. It was today. I finally saw a picture where I can see like a red line under it. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that you didn't know.
Ruined that shit.
Yeah,
Also,
no,
a 3D model. I'm like, why does it look like such shit?
yeah, no. You should have just looked at the anime too. They also depicted, man, this man's just been living a lie. Truly tragic.
Like closer to the TV.
You should have sat closer to the TV. Yeah, no, really. Should have played more Pokemon Go or something.
Yeah, but if you notice Anorith's eyes, like, they're weird.
Anorith's eyes, they look normal to me.
They're like weird bug eyes.
He also has
Also,
like
I never noticed Teddy Ursa has a moon over his head.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a crescent moon, dude. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
That was the moon phase he was born. Did you know that?
Yeah, retrograde.
Retrograde. Fuck.
Yeah. See, too many lines, AJ. You just gotta say it. Too many lines.
You could just say the punchline.
You just gotta say the punchline.
9/11.
It's funny every time.
Yeah, dude. Funny. This will never not be the funniest shit. You remember that Vine where it's just like, it's like something smells like up dog.
What the fuck's
Hello?
up, dog?
2000 called.
What?
Playing it.
Oh, oh, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that before. I've seen that before. Where's that from?
Like, dude, 'cause it was just like a Vine where it's like you expecting them. I don't know if that was a joke. You expecting them to say 2000 called and they want their joke back.
Yeah,
It's
he's like, that's it.
2000
It's like he played
I'll
shit in
put
the
it
tower. Like that's hilarious. Like that's
'Cause
Gaming
it
in
zooms on
2020.
his face and everything.
Gaming in 2020 versus
Oh
gaming
my
in
God.
2001.
like holy bro.
9/11's pretty funny though. Like our generation saw the documentaries. got over it. And look at us.
Watching the footage, it is really fucked up. But like,
Yeah, watching the footage, it is fucked up.
But like, don't like. It's not like I haven't heard all these boomers make jokes about the Vietnam War. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, probably worse than 9/11. Like, it's not like the buildings are. I can hear voices in the buildings.
Besides, all buildings matter anyway, bro. Like, who cares? Like, all buildings matter.
Yeah, but when I saw that trending, I cut. Oh, that was so funny.
That was a great 9/11. Was it
Wait.
like 2020? Shout out to that one. That was a great 9/11.
Oh yeah, bro. My coworker, dude. I love when coworker friendships start to turn into like real friendships, because you don't really know what someone jokes about. And remember that Japanese guy who came to my birthday?
No, there's a Japanese guy at your birthday.
Oh, don't do Ian like that. Yeah.
Oh no, I know Ian.
Yeah.
He was
he's
Japanese?
He's half Japanese, half white.
I thought it was just white dude. I was like Japanese. I was so confused. I was like, there's a Japanese dude.
I think I saw it cross from him from the thing.
Yeah, basically, but like I didn't like you keep it pretty kosher at work, but like we still kept in touch, and like the memes we're sending each other are slowly devolving into just like
Just the most
I just
degenerate
sent
shit.
me a 9/11 meme.
My placement site, since everyone's educated, including the clients, because they want to be healthy. We just make fun of Republicans, so it's
Why
pretty
did that
easy.
take out my hound hour?
Me and
What?
I are still friends.
Yeah, but you work in construction, so like,
So they're very few and far. Very few and far between.
no conspiracy theories at my placement site. Like,
Like, dude.
we do have some weird people that come in that are like fitness gurus or some shit, and think they're kind of weird, but like they're
Oh,
entertaining.
I feel like
stories.
everyone in life should at least believe in one
There was
conspiracy.
apparently
theory.
a guy that came
What
in
are you
at
living
8
for
PM,
if you don't believe in some
who's the
dark
guy
shit?
left? Apparently he said he was Tarzan and shit.
I was about to say, are the weird people like Liver King,
Kind of,
fitness
yeah.
gurus who are like, modern nutrition is a myth. I eat sand.
Eat sand.
But yeah, like I'm not saying don't believe in any conspiracy theories, but if the one you pick is the Earth is flat, nigga, like then that's a low-brow conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that's the worst kind of one.
You're really just telling on yourself.
Dude, that's a self.
My favorite
just wanna
conspiracy
believe.
that people believe in is like the dinosaurs aren't real, and what I love about that one is like, what does anyone have to gain making them up?
No, I thought that one was steeped in religious
Religion?
rhetoric. Yeah, it was basically like, how can the dinosaurs be real if the world's only 2,000 years old?
Dinosaur fossils are used to
So-
just prove the 6,000-year-old bullshit, and then so
Yeah.
religious people are like, nuh-uh.
The devil must have put them there
Actually.
to trick you. Yeah, that's.
I mean, shout out to the big D,
Like
bro.
when you hear that, you think it's a joke, and then you see it's real, and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
That's
but
just
the
funnier.
one, no, flat Earth is the one I just don't.
Flat Earth is so stupid, but what I love about it is just like how deep the lore is. Like,
The moon
you
is
know,
round.
like there's an Arctic wall that surrounds the whole planet. NASA guards it, and then on the other side is just a whole new world. I'm like, dude, you
It's
guys
like an
are.
RPG based off that.
Dude, I remember talking to one of my coworkers about this, and like they would just keep saying shit like, "Well, why is it illegal to go to the Arctic Circle then?" I don't know, so you don't die? Like, what the fuck you talking about? I don't know the reason.
Go
I'm
there.
sure it's one Google search away.
Have fun.
Honestly,
like,
it should
what are
be
you talking
legal.
about?
We can have less people here. Like, fuck it, let them go kill themselves. I don't care. Like, why do we stop people from killing themselves?
Dude, search up this, search up this, search up. I'm like, dude, watch Bill Nye for
Mm.
fucking 10 seconds.
Bill
Like,
Nye.
You like search up a fucking grade 6 geology textbook. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
Go to college.
No, not even. Go to one seminar.
Go to one TED Talk.
No, they need to be tested.
No, the thing that was ridiculous is like I remember talking to this guy and I told him about that flat Earth experiment that they ran, and he was just like, the one that the flat earthers ran. He's like, I've seen that. Their methodology was wrong.
The methodology was
Their
wrong.
starting points were too different. Like they didn't take into account for like difference in elevation. I'm like, bro, it was a lake. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but some
It's
parts of the
water,
lake are
it's
higher.
flat. That's not how that
No,
works.
some parts of the lake are higher.
Like, fuck, dude. Again, working in construction is the dumbest thing because I'm like, dude, do you see this massive construction site we're on? Do you see the guy who walks around with that GPS stick? You realize it's in his textbook to take account for the curvature of the fucking earth, right? So why are the surveys never wrong? Why are the locates done wrong? All the math that this fucking construction site is based off the Earth having a curve to it. So how the fuck are all of his calculations coming out correctly? Like, it's just so asinine to me, bro.
Don't
No,
worry
that's
about
just
it.
big survey.
No, my favorite is like them explaining gravity. It's just like the Earth is going up, so it catches you. Like that's honestly just beautiful. Like we're always just going up. So
Or have you got to the one where they're giants living behind the ice walls? Have
oh, I
you
love
got
that one. Like I love that was my favorite one.
new to
Like
me.
learning about the whole like world that's beyond the wall. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Look
Well,
at that.
I'm really not woke enough.
I'm like, someone should make this into like a video game or something.
a
Doesn't
cult
it?
or something?
Fucking RPG, dude.
Yeah, make it an RPG like
A
Flat
card-based
Earth. Like that'd be a
roguelike.
great video game. You get
But
behind the
dude,
wall, you
every-
gotta take on the giants. It's
Every
like
run you gotta get to the Arctic to take on the giant.
yeah, yeah. It's like taking on like it's like playing Skyrim or something. You know, it'd be great.
And then you're each iteration of the roguelike, you convince more and more people to believe in the conspiracy theory.
Oh, so you just keep
that's
building an
what
army.
Yeah.
One of the epic bosses is a NASA astronaut.
Like, no, we can make this game, and
We
it'll be
could.
like a dynamic system where you have to try to fight NASA and the world elite lizard peoples.
Oh hell yeah! And
Misinformation.
give people classes. You can give them classes. You have
And you could
mages
pick
and
a
shit in there.
side. You could pick a side.
Oh my god, then we can make one of those stupid, fake, annoying ads, and then people will play it and they'll be like, wait a
with
minute.
huge titty anime women.
Exactly. Then we have to censor it though to make sure it
But
doesn't.
then we
No,
gotta
no,
make
no. The
sure-
best ones are just the dude talking in a room like, "Wow, this game is amazing." Like, what do you
Oh.
know? Those are
Did you
the
get
best
the ad
ones.
from like a game called like Nike with like some anime girl shooting something?
No,
How many? I've got the one where like
I don't get anime related stuff.
It's the only one I get, and I keep reporting it and saying I don't like it.
It's
That thing
crazy.
is-
I'm the
it was
only
weird.
one here who watched anime. And somehow you get the anime stuff? Nah, I don't know.
Dude, it
It
was
says a
not
lot about
great.
you.
Mine is like, are you hurt? And it's a huge anime chick with huge.
I think I've seen one that was a green one.
And it's like,
They know what
I'm
you're
the
searching.
nurse character.
They saw your hentai list.
Oh, they know, bro. It's bookmarked.
It's bookmarked.
No, by
Mine's
far,
red flags because I
The
just don't want
worst
to site effort to
part-
come on the computer.
I've been advertised, and I'm like, well, I don't know how you got this so wrong, but they've advertised to me Clandis Owens documentary about George Floyd, and they've also advertised to me the fuck, I forget.
I
his
think
name,
they
the
just have it so
Hollywood
it's getting
woman.
advertised.
Isn't it just because you like politics related
It's
stuff?
probably
Yeah,
politics
they
related.
probably abuse the hashtag of like politics, education, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Oh, I've reported those. Against terms and service.
Yeah.
But yeah, the I am a woman one. Who's that fuck? That
Matt
Nazi
Walsh?
fuck? Yeah, Matt Walsh. Ugh.
It's so funny when you like actually use their definition of gender, and it's like, okay, so if a man with a vagina is a woman, then why aren't you attracted to them? I just don't get it.
Oh, or like the one where it's like you can turn them whatever. I'm like, bro, let's do a thought experiment. So in all of our representations in media, imagine that you took all of those straight characters and made them gay. After watching that for 20 years, do you think you're gonna turn gay? No? There you go. Why do you think it works the other way? This is so weird to me, bro. It's like, well, if I see a gay person and my dick gets hard, maybe I'm gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. That's pretty gay of you. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why people think watching something affects like what you're attracted to. Like maybe you're just attracted to that. Like I don't know why you're
Yeah.
scared of watching. Like I don't see a gay couple on like a TV show go, ah fuck. Well, I guess I like men now. Like I don't.
it's such a self-report.
Yeah, it's such a self-report. Like
Yeah.
literally, bro. Such a self. Like clearly, maybe you just like you like what you're seeing. I don't know.
And the thing that's so crazy is it like what it does do is it normalizes it so that it's like everyone talks about the left-handed average going up and then stabilizing after they made it like not legal to be left-handed or whatever the fuck.
Shout out to the left-handed freaks.
And they're just like, yeah, like just because socially it was oppressed, it wasn't like left-handed people didn't exist. It's just that
They were
just
literally
in
forced to
Yeah.
to right with their right.
But you can see it trends up and then it plateaus where the actual percentage is. And like you're seeing that with trans and gay people ever since being gay has been culturally accepted.
No, it's gonna keep going up.
Yeah.
Nope, it's gonna take over. Just like
Yeah.
the white population, they're going under, dude.
My favorite is always the people who are like, well, if everyone's gay or trans or whatever, then like, how are we gonna reproduce? I'm like, there are already too many fucking people. That's my answer to that. And two,
Why do you care?
like, what, like,
It's also kind of just
go out and fuck as many bitches as you can and make sure the human race is still on. Good for you, man. Like,
Yeah, like I don't know why people are so against like gay people existing, bro. Like
I personally think we should have like a test to see if you can be allowed to be a parent.
because
But,
like
you know,
I've
it's
met
just
people
me.
who
It's all
aren't even
dictator.
religious and just like have a problem with them. I'm just like,
cause it's weird and it makes you uncomfortable. That's it. Just say it, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I see a trans person, I'm like, this makes me a little uncomfortable. I need to assess that and look inside myself. They're not doing anything. Oh yeah, like you know, cause like don't get me wrong, like there's definitely lines. Like I went to like a board game place, and there was just a guy in a skirt, and I was like, oh okay. But then like you learn about that teacher in Oakville who has like fake prosthetic breasts that are like
oh yeah,
feet by I'm like, okay, we can all agree that this is weird and bizarre. Like we're taking this.
oh yeah, of course, and that's
To
just
an
like in every group of people. Like there's always gonna be a
exactly.
weird
Like,
motherfucker.
I, like, cause like it's not even a trans thing at that point. It's like if a woman did that, I'd still be like, this is fucking weird and bizarre.
Yeah, exactly.
This is odd.
That's like, exactly, and that's just like, you know, that's just like how I say about people who be like, I was bullied because I liked anime. No, nigga, you were bullied because you're weird.
You were the nigga Naruto running at recess, bro. Like,
that's what I always say, bro. It's like, it's not because you liked anime, it's because of who you are.
No, I didn't get bullied, you know.
Because,
I
like,
didn't watch anime,
everyone
so
grew up
I've
watching
seen
Dragon
correlation.
Ball, everyone grew up loving Pokemon. Like, there's no, like, anime wasn't frowned upon. It's just, you're a weird ass nigga. Like, I'm sorry.
you took it to the extreme.
Like,
I don't know, like, cause for me, like, that's why I always say I fuck with the clan. They just say they're racist. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
they keep it a buck.
I always say that shit. Like, don't give me this bullshit. Oh, they're coming after our kids. They're coming after the kids. Like, shut up. Like, no, they're not, bro. Like, what, they can't have any themselves, so they gotta steal yours? Like, what are you talking about?
Like, I never understood that rhetoric. They're coming after our kids. Like, what does that mean? Like, going after to do
Well,
what?
Putting it in the school system. Look at our new, because I had a lot of this talks about this, because like, the new health ed, the new sex ed
What?
in,
Oh.
in Toronto schools.
Yeah.
I had a stroke.
Yeah, I was like, yo.
Basically, they, like, and they're like, oh, they're teaching about kids with blowjobs at like 1, and I'm like, 1, I haven't read it, but I don't think.
Yeah, I'm
I-
like-
That's some tinfoil shit.
Yeah, the parts that I've read about it they're merely introducing the idea of same-sex relationships in like math questions. The same way you get those funny ass math questions are like, Cindy and Ballbinder went to the market and met Jamal. Like, yeah, you're gonna get Sally and her wife Sarah had 8 kids. How many kids? Like, that's all it was. And then introducing them to the fact that it's okay to have 2 moms and 2 dads. Can a fucking 5-year-old understand that? Yes. Why is that a problem?
Yeah, like,
They
I
don't.
just...
Normalizing these ideas.
Yeah, I'm just like, you hear these people rant and rave. I'm just like, what are you talking about, man? Like,
There are
what,
real problems.
like, what are
That's
you
what I'm saying.
talking
It's
about,
like,
man?
look, it's like, dude, if they're telling first graders how to give fucking head, everyone would have a problem with that. It's also this idea that because there's not enough talk between like the 2 groups of people, because that's how our media infrastructure is, it's like they believe that we, like, you'll hear this now, Trump's been parroting this, like, a talk when it comes to abortion, how Democrats want to do late-term abortions even after the baby's born, because he's talking about one instance in which one Democratic politician said something basically along the lines of, if the baby's, it was one specific circumstance where if the baby was gonna die during childbirth, Like it was something like that. Like the baby's not viable outside of the womb. They're gonna die during childbirth, and the woman was already like 8.5 months pregnant. And then they're basically Trump is just echoing that they're gonna fucking late term abortion even after the baby's born. And that nigga, that's called murder. No one is advocating for that. Like that is the most ridiculous shit. But people believe that. People genuinely believe because of the media infrastructure.
People believe it because like they never had health class, and like now that they want to teach kids more stuff, they won't want them to learn nothing either. Like it's crazy.
This is what's insane too, is because it's like you have to also talk. You got to look at what's genuinely effective. We know abstinence as a method of health, as a method of like sex prevention does not work. And like teen pregnancy does not work. It just doesn't. Teenagers are not wired like that. We need to adapt to that reality. Like just simply saying don't have sex is not going to do it. You need to equip the teenagers who aren't going to have sex. That might work for a small sect of children, don't get me wrong. But you have to equip the teenagers who believe that. Or who you need to equip the teenagers who don't believe that so that they at least have safe sex. Like you hear that quote, it's like strict parents just produce sneaky kids. And it's true. Like how many brown friends you know that are like, oh, I gotta say this, I gotta do this, I gotta blah blah blah.
Yeah, they're always sneaky.
Like dude, even Janae, like bro, like her parents wouldn't let her out after like 11, and she just sat down with them one day and was like, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm like 23. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, cause like being over strict like that just doesn't do anything but hinder you. Like they're gonna be curious.
Kids aren't gonna tell you stuff, right? And like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
like. Wouldn't you rather you let them be somewhat free? Obviously, still have rules and whatever, but like, then they'll talk to you. Like, then they'll come to you.
I'm gonna quit my kid with the tools. I'm gonna be like, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be upset and disappointed if you started underage drinking, but here's what you need to know about that if you're in these situations that I wish someone told me, like, and you can come to me if you are in these situations. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be upset, I'm gonna be frustrated with you, but like at the end of the day, I'd rather you not fucking yak and die in the street because you're afraid of calling me, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like people don't understand, like you just need to converse with these people like they're a person. Like and that's it. And not like a tool you made, like like holy shit, bro.
I'm gonna put weed in the drawer and put it in like a really obvious place so my kid can take it whenever they want. I'm gonna be upset with them what they do. It's like a challenge.
Yeah,
it's like a prank.
I'm also gonna be like
he has to take the weed. If he doesn't, he's a bitch. I can't believe I raped the bitch.
That's crazy. That's
he
crazy.
replaces it with oregano. My sisters did that. They would switch up my mom's vodka for water.
Goes to me and goes, I'm straight edge. I'm like, yeah.
So she just had like bottles up there, right? So
my cousin did that. My uncle had a huge bottle of vodka and he replaced all of them with water over the years. And my uncle finally went to use them. He was like, what the fuck?
It's like, oh, uncle, they're expired.
Yeah, I tell my kids, I'm like, look, like, you can underage drink, but I'm not buying you alcohol.
Yeah,
you fucking figure that shit out like I did.
You figure that shit out like I did. Good luck, bro.
Good luck. Like, I'm not
if you
gonna
die out there, just call me.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna ask where you got it from, but like, we're gonna figure it out. Like same thing with sex. Like that door's staying open. No, the door would be closed. I'm not gonna be one of the. Depends on the age. But
whatever you do to my daughter, I'm doing to you.
Yo, hey, yo.
Situation like this.
Yo, wait, no. I'm sorry. You hear this nigga? Like,
what?
That's crazy.
I gotta show him how it's done.
Holy.
They call me Stu in, not Stu out.
Holy fuck.
But yeah, no, I have two things to say to this. So there's one, Janae says that to me too. So anything you do to me, I get to do to you first.
That's crazy.
Not first.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god, so there's that. And then also, I'm not having one of these situations. I remember Cassandra was telling me that one time her dad walked in on her and her ex when she was giving her ex head, and then they had dinner.
Not and
Like
then they
he was
had
walking
dinner.
up to tell them that it was dinner time, and I guess he didn't knock or something, and walked in on that. I'm like, oh my god. And she was like, yeah. Then we all just had dinner. I was like, nah.
They just all had dinner?
Yeah.
I would have been like, you gotta leave, little nigga. Like, you gotta.
No, I would have been. I've never seen your parents again.
Like, holy.
I apologize. Just left.
Yeah, like, the fact he had dinner, I would be like, oh, yeah. Like, there's like, no, there's no way you stay. Like, what?
That's just the appetizer.
And, like, the dad just sat there and ate dinner? No, that's crazy. I would have. No, that's crazy, bro.
Who does she pass the salt to when she hears daddy pass the salt?
Oh, dude, I remember the first time I ever, second date, I went over to her house, and we were just like watching a movie or something, and then her parents were just like, okay, we're gonna go pick up grandma, goodbye. Looks down the stairs, and I was like, okay, make sure to behave, Adrian, behave, and then leaves. I was like, what?
They're like, hey, man, fuck her daughter already.
It was insane. Yeah, that's not like white parents take it too far to the extreme, but like, my God.
It's too far to the extreme, bro.
Like-
Just like, where's the equilibrium, bro? Where's the balance?
You need to find a bit, because what I will say, dude, is like, and I was talking to Janae about this, about like different cultures, especially like because her best friend is brown, and Anu got married, and her family doesn't like her husband, or like I can't fucking remember, just brown politics, and her mom's just openly aggressive, like just overstepping boundaries, da 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 da.
I
And,
hate parents like that, bro.
No,
Like, I hate
so
people like that in
inappropriate.
general.
I feel
Just
so
so
bad for
annoying,
myself.
bro. Like, grow up, man. Like, grow up.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I always said, like, look, like, I could literally fucking hit a kid with my car, and my mom would be like, okay, well, we're gonna turn ourselves in, we're gonna get you a lawyer.
We're gonna turn ourselves
Like,
and
you
get
know
you a
what I
lawyer.
mean? Like, I could bring home a rock, and she wouldn't care. Cause like we were also talking about that too. Cause like I'm not religious, and she's like talking about she has to hype herself up to tell her parents that and she's like, do I have to use the term atheist? I'm like, I don't.
Do I have to use the term
But yeah, like
atheist?
she's trying to blunt the blow here, and I'm like, dude, like this, it that pisses me off, cause like that type of shit shouldn't matter, but it does. Same way like with race, gender, ethnicity, like none of that shit should matter, like, but it does. Like Jameer, if you ever brought home a white girl, would your mom be happy about that?
Yo, honestly, she has said many times, do not do that. So, like,
If I wanted to piss off my family, I could marry an Indian woman.
holy
There you go,
fuck.
right? Like, that's, and it's like,
Especially if she has an accent.
Carvana!
Dude, they would kill me. They'd be like, what did she say? I'm like, Mom, come on. Like, you know what she said. Like, you don't need subtitles.
Oh my god. But you guys know what I mean, right? And it's like, I imagine our parents are
I'd still
cool
do it.
enough that, like, yeah.
My family's so dysfunctional that they don't. I don't. think
No,
about it.
that's what Janae said. She's like, I have cousins who are teen moms. I think atheist boyfriend's gonna be fine.
No, that's the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's why I always forget as an atheist. There's so many religious people, and I'm like, there's never in my life. So like, I always forget we're literally like Nazis to these people.
Yeah, like we're like the amount
Every
of,
time I
like-
remember it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't say that without someone more than likely judging me in this room.
No, religious people are funny because like they'll be, you tell them that you're not religious, and that's when they're like
How do
they're
you
just
know?
in
The
disbelief.
funny thing
They're
is,
just
I
in
see them as, like, I'm
disbelief,
literally
bro.
more Mormon than they are.
Like they just go like, what? You don't believe in it? What?
When you die, nothing happens.
Yeah, they can't fathom like how you think like that. They're like, wow, you live every
You
day
don't
like
live
that.
in fear every day? No.
Oh, good, man. And this was kind of a point of contention, right? Where it's like, but like that's what I will say about like white parents is like, no matter what, they will support. Maybe to a fault sometimes, but I feel like not always. Like, don't get me wrong. Like Eastern European white, nah, they are right there with that strict shit. Like, but
I mean, it's real 50-50 like anyone else, because like
Yeah.
there's a lot of white people who like disown their kid if they're gay. Like,
but it's also like that just stereotype of like the white mom who's like at the party handing out alcohol. Like,
Yeah.
why do they do it in my house? Like, no
I
other
feel
race
like
is
with
doing
them is like they're just two extremes. Like there's
No one
just
at
Yeah,
family
no,
really gave a shit when my sister
it's
had a
just
black
fun
kid,
to-
but when my cousin had a white kid, they're all like, "Oh my god!" And it's like, okay, all right,
your cousin had a white kid.
yeah, with a lawyer that's like in Denmark. He's just from like a one night stand on the trip that she went on.
Oh shit, she hit it big. Look at her. She's
And
covered
so
for
she has a
life.
kid, so good for her, I guess.
She is
It's
set
like,
for life.
when she has a kid from a one night stand, it's like, oh, but when my sister has a kid, it's like nothing.
Yeah,
No, I'm
because
not gonna
she's
say
black.
the
they have
name,
favorites
the
and
race
they
of
have
the kid.
races.
Also, my cousin is kind of racist. She got demoted at work for a racist comment, and apparently,
She got demoted at work for a racist
she wouldn't say
comment.
what it was, so that's pretty obvious. But apparently,
She
doesn't
wouldn't
her
say what it
kid-
was. Why is she scared?
She didn't want to take her kid to the school Woodsworth over here because she doesn't like the kids, and it's like, okay, yeah, all right.
I wonder why.
I mean, it's 50-50. She either hates blacks or browns. It could be both.
Honestly, who doesn't hate brown people? Like, I feel like that's the one race you're allowed to be racist with.
Yeah.
Not to Jewish people.
Like, even at work, they're like, these fucking dry. Where are the black people? Come over here. You agree on this? Like, like I still remember this. I remember this guy.
That's pretty much gay people as well.
Oh, 100%. This guy said a racist slur at work directed toward like Indian people. Looked at me and went, "Oh, sorry, man." He's like, "You're not one of them." And then just went on. I was like,
Oh, sorry, man. You're not one of them. Oh my
this
god,
whole,
that's
internal dialogue with himself.
like-
He's like, "You're not a white, but you're good enough."
you're good enough.
You get it. You get it. They smell.
Like
You're
holy
African,
fuck.
not Asian. There's a difference.
Fuck, man.
Am I going the right way? I don't want to. Damn it! I gotta backtrack.
Yeah, no, but I'm. Oh god, dude, I remember. I know this is gonna become some type of an issue, because like I was at her house and we were about to eat, and then thank God, before I put that forkful in, someone's like, "All right, let me just say grace real quick." I'm like, "Oh boy."
Oh boy.
Or that happens. I can just stand there and I look around like, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm glad we
This is
decided-
totally not a cult. Like, you know, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm always. I just close my eyes while they say grace. I just sit there, just like
It makes me think of Resident Evil and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I just
don't
think.
know, it's.
I just think of random thoughts. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I'm
Cool.
surprised I don't burn to a crisp when I walk into a church. That's how I know
much-
God isn't real.
I'm much less militant before I like than I was previously. And I think that just comes with maturing and growing up. And like, yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like before, I was like religion's fucking, but like there are a lot of good things.
I still have that opinion. It's just there's just a good for the community, and that's really it. I don't really care.
But that's the thing. Like even the Pope. Like I remember I was reading this article about how much like work the Pope has done in Africa, like charity work. And it's a lot. Like it's not an insignificant amount, and it's something that people don't talk about because like religious people are like another form
It's more
of,
fun to
like-
make fun of them for being pedophiles.
Oh, don't get me wrong, that is more fun. But like they offer like community, and with that comes like charity work and all these other things. And then also like I grew up and I'm like life's hard, and whatever helps you get through the day.
That's what I've been
Like-
saying. Like that's why I'm
The
like
authoritarian in me wants to just take all that funding that's tax free and just use it the
No,
same
don't
like
get me
way
wrong.
they do it
Churches
without any
should be
religious.
taxed. Don't no fucking churches should be taxed. No Catholic schools, a proper secular democracy. But you know, but yeah, man. Especially if we have kids, because I told her I'm like, hey, like I'm not gonna disparage what you got going on, and I'm not gonna tell your kids like I'm not gonna ban them from church or whatever. But like, if we give them the choice. I don't know. You want to watch football with dad, or do you want to go to church with mom? So like,
Yeah, I don't know how American dads do when it's Sunday morning football. I feel bad for them. That's the only thing about white men in America I feel bad for.
why?
they gotta choose between church or football.
Church
You
is
know,
in
the
the
kid-
morning.
Yeah, but sometimes you got Sunday morning football. Well, that's a tragedy. It's just
I
like,
mean,
he's just on his
I
phone
guess,
looking
but,
at
like-
fantasy team while he's trying to pray.
Nah, I mean that's like one game at like 9 in the morning. Like who cares?
Hey man, that's a lot. It should be their favorite game.
They got like 10 more games throughout the day. The only time I would feel bad is if it's like their favorite team, but like usually it's
Yeah.
like fucking Jags versus Bills. Like who cares, bro?
I guess that Jags fan's not going to church.
Yo, if you're a Jags fan, you don't deserve church, bro.
I had this piece of food stuck in my tooth. I thought I got it out and it went right back.
Try taking it out.
Yeah, I know, but I'm really excited for shit to hit the fan, because the way she described it was like,
Oh, you guys haven't told them yet?
oh, no.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Because I remember when we first started dating, I was like, look.
I can't believe this is such a big deal. That's so funny.
This is what irritates me. I'm like, because we've talked about it. I remember telling her, I was like, look, like, I don't ever want to be in a position where it's like near your family, and if this is gonna be a point of contention, then I don't know how this would work long term, because I know how much like religion and family are important to me. Like, and so with that being said, she was like, oh yeah, she made that joke, like, cousin, teenage mom, boyfriend's an atheist, so it'll be fine. And then, like, you know, a year in, she's like, I don't want to tell them. And I'm like, is it gonna be that? She's like, yeah, it's gonna matter to them. They'll be upset and disappointed, but not necessarily at you, but like, just like, they would have just preferred someone religious. And I'm just like, that
What about
shit
Muslim?
pisses me off. Like, I can
But
be,
it's like, why does that matter? Like,
That's
are
what I
you a
mean.
good person?
That's
Like
what-
that.
That's what I mean.
How do you
What about that
treat?
neighbor?
How do you treat their daughter? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking
And
about,
that's
bro?
what Janae
Like,
said. She's like, even though you're not religious, you have a lot of traits of like
a good
that-
person?
That, yeah,
Like-
and that, like,
That's why religious people
religious
drive me
people
crazy.
should have.
Should have. Like, to me, that's just, you're only a good person because you're religious. Like,
No, she's saying like a lot of religious people don't actually.
yeah,
take
that's the funniest part.
Values from the book, yeah.
People don't they're not supposed to have sex, and I'm out here as an asexual, and I'm like, I'm literally better than all of you, by default, if that's the
But
case.
That's the thing too. Is like
I'm
you have-
immune to your greatest sin, I guess.
You have like a couple different like types of religious people. The people who take everything literally, and honestly, shout out to them, because like, how else?
The
we
Mormons
gonna
are
read
fucking
this book?
crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? How else are we reading this book other than literally? You think God be the best author out there? And then you get the people who just see the value in the stories and morals, which I think is the majority. Yeah, man, like, it's just so irritating, because like you said, like, I could be, and that's what's so frustrating for me, is because especially about this too, is like, I know, like she said, yeah, like, they're Caribbean, they're probably gonna tease you about it and stuff, and I'm like, I don't have a problem, like, I got thick skin, I can take whatever and, like, you know, laugh it off.
yeah, that's whatever. I can just laugh
But
at like.
I'm
doesn't
not
matter.
gonna sit here and have like someone either try to like convert me or fucking disrespect me because of it. Because like, dude, like, these are not that like we can go toe for toe. Nigga. Like, you wanna know how many gods have been? You wanna know how many genocides have been committed in the name of my god? 0, nigga. Like, what are we doing here? I'm sorry, which sect of Christianity have you? Let's Google how many lawsuits were settled for molesting boys. Like,
I don't know
like, we
anything
could
about
do
the
this
Eastern
all
Orthodox
fucking day,
Church,
man.
but they sound scary.
Hey, you remember that mass grave of native kids they just pulled out of the ground a couple years ago?
It's your
Who
religion, dude.
apologized for that? The Pope? Oh yeah, remember that. Like,
Dude, you use our tax money to come here to apologize to. That's the worst part.
Bro, I would never understand black Christians, bro. I'm like, come on, man. The
You
slave
took
master, like the
Literally.
slave
Whenever I
master,
watch the slave movies and
like,
the
come on,
slave,
bro.
that never made sense to me. I'm like, why are you guys following the white?
Why are you following?
Religion?
Yeah, like, what are we doing
And
here?
to
That's how
this
you
day,
know
every
you've
time I
broken a
see
group
it,
of
I'm
people,
like,
bro.
the
Like,
longest-
I know I'm not the only. I know it's not racist to think this.
and for the longest time they were using Christianity as a
tool?
yeah, it
Device?
was literally a reason for slavery.
Yeah.
Like the mark of Cain and Abel. That's how it was interpreted. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, that's truly upsetting.
That's why I've been like, that's why, like, that's what pisses me
just
off.
spread homophobia so much.
Yeah, man, like, like-
being a black Christian, just, you're crazy to me. Like, any
Being a
Christian,
black
like,
Jewish trans person must
even
be
Filipino
insane.
Christians, I'm just like, dude, all of you, like, what are we doing here?
If
Like,
you're not,
what
like,
are we
European
doing here?
Christian, what are you doing?
And don't get me wrong, I believe there is value in these stories and
Oh yeah,
parables,
100%.
the same way that there's value in the tortoise and the hare, and like Jesus is a person as like a figure and a role model to look up to. I have no problem to, but like there are so many arbitrary things in these books that make no fucking sense because they were like any other book written by people from the time and era that they lived, about the time and era that they lived in.
Exactly. Like there's nothing wrong keeping on some values from it, but like just like take it with a grain of salt from when it was made. Like
yeah,
you know what I
like
mean?
the same way I'm gonna watch a comedy film from fucking the 2000s. And
Yeah, like watching Rush Hour, like that age poorly.
Rush Hour? What are you talking about?
Says the N-word.
That's hilarious.
Don't get me wrong, joke funny though. Like
Joke funny.
Funny.
Like man, this was hilarious.
Like holy moly, like you gotta remember like different era, man, different era.
Like, you just same thing with like books and like like an author like what's his name, P.J. Lovecraft, horrible racist dude. Walt Disney, horrible anti-Semite. You just take it with a grain of salt, man.
I liked it better when Daffy Duck was a Nazi. That shit was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Yeah.
Vietnamese Bugs Bunny goes
Yeah.
stupid, bro.
Dude, his kid is stupid.
The bug teeth though, oh my god.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, like dude, before you watch certain movies on Disney and they literally have a disclaimer that says there are depictions that are maybe culturally insensitive and
We can't change it though.
bigoted.
Oopsies.
But that's the thing, like it's fun. Like this is the thing that irritates me. Unless it's like some type of active push to with no acknowledgement of the harm being done in some capacity. But like, media made in a different time. Like it shouldn't just be banned. Like it's okay to like things that are problematic.
Ban the books.
Burn them.
It depends.
No, ban them. Then they'll call you a Nazi. So you gotta find a loophole.
Oh, Shadow Shroomish.
Yeah, you know, Shanna Shroomer.
I'm using one in Emerald right now, though. Do I want to use it back to back? Like this is the reason I'm not gonna use the Numble, because I'm using one right now in Emerald. But like it's Shroomish, I gotta use my dog. Shroomish, dog. Like he's so good. Like, he's shrooming, bro. Like, that's who am I replace? Oh, I have an empty slot. Why is Spinnerack here? Get out of my team.
Don't do Spinnerack.
No, fuck
It's a
Spinnerack.
spider, not a mushroom.
Spider's ass.
Some trees.
What won't kill it? I feel like Return will kill it, but I'm only 4 levels higher. No, I'll use Jolteon on it. Thundershock definitely won't kill it because Grass resist. And I'll just have Kecleon. I'll use Teddiursa on Kecleon. Blah.
Oh, is anybody up for another session of D&D?
Yeah, I was wondering when we were gonna finish that.
I don't know if
What is happening to my screen?
Steven's gonna drop out.
It's gonna what?
Drop out.
He's dropping out?
I don't know, cause Khajiit made a comment about it. I have to talk to Steven directly, but apparently, this Khajiit was like, "Oh, how'd the D&D go?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought it went really well. It was really fun." And he was like, "Yeah, well, apparently Steven didn't have a good time, or like wasn't in," because I think he was expecting a more traditional set of D&D instead of like the Goon Squad here. And I'm like, look at who you're playing with. Like this is a feature, not a bug. Because he was just like, yeah, as soon as we got to the medieval tavern, I'm ready to like solve a puzzle and talk to people, and immediately niggas just started spitting on each other. Like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but like, what did you expect? Like,
None of you guys are doing what I expected.
and besides, it was me, him, and Jamal did try to talk to the dude. It was only Janae Colin that instigated that whole like fight.
God.
Like it was.
Colin kills me. I'm like, all right, Colin, what do you want to do? What would your character do? I don't know.
Yeah, like I'm like Colin, like.
Role play game. I need you to. Like, okay, what would you do?
No.
Fuck. Oh, never change, Colin. Never change. Never change.
Yeah, because there's a lot more content. But you see why now? I was like, when you have too many people, it kind of like it's
Yeah,
not-
it takes long too.
yeah, right, and like there's just more downtime, and like it's hard to find that good balance of like not cutting people off, and then like getting in to do what you want to do.
We also got started earlier. I saw
Yeah,
something.
with a character fucking creation. Oh my god, I wanted to start on a weekend, but then like weekend doesn't work for Jamal and Jocelyn. So yeah, we'll try to hunt down another day, and then maybe we do like
I should play Dead by Daylight.
another role, like one of the one-page RPGs I was talking about, so that like.
You guys should play Rest, the game of domination.
Not the game of domination.
Because like I feel like for like people like Jocelyn, I feel like she wants one D&D session. Like, you know what I mean?
If she shows up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She just wants one low commitment, just to get her beak wet. So I think maybe that's just like for like the one day role playing one shots where it's like, imagine what we did for like 2-3 hours, but instead of just going to one tavern, it's a whole kind of story. Like you have one task to complete and it's not open. Yeah, because I have a lot more content planned. Like that was literally not even the actual campaign. That was all just preamble because I wanted to have a goblin fight pit. That was it.
A goblin fight pit. Shout out to the goblin fight pit.
Yeah, you haven't even met the goblins in there yet. Oh, I'm so excited.
They talk?
Yeah, well, no one asked them any questions.
Well, we can't get into the bit. I mean, guys, we could have shouted in there, but that would have blown our cover.
Well, yeah, you could. I mean,
like, hey, goblins, we can let you out if you help us fight.
You could have said something. You could have asked them, like, hey, like.
Didn't they get scared because of the fighting broke out? I thought they ran and hid or some shit.
No, Steven pushed the guy into the goblin pit and they put
yeah. I forgot about that.
They're trapped down there. Where are they gonna go? They're in the pit.
They're pretty useless then. They're trapped down there? Yeah, they're useless. What are we gonna do with them?
Oh god, this fucking I can't believe you call it snow.
Holy fuck.
It's so fucking stupid. I want a house of both. You get my house. Oh.
Shout out to Canadian House Simple, bro.
I want a house.
Why doesn't Jamal get a lance? I don't know, because he's not mounted. That's not how a lance works.
No, it's just a two-handed weapon.
It's just stick. It's a big stick.
Yeah.
It's a not balanced quarterstaff. Yeah, I'm gonna make some videos. But you know what? I might take a walk to the dispensary.
I did earlier.
Get some more pet tips.
Bop.
Yo, you know it's a game changer? You know how you all have like disposable pens?
Yeah.
I never use them.
My pen recharges.
No, but like yeah, the disposable tips. I mean.
Yeah.
Jameer, for you, I just purchased like a $25-$30, and that you can get better ones too, like at the actual base, and it charges with Type-C USB, and the battery's like 10 times as long.
The pen? My charges with Type-C, I think. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Mine screws on, and I gotta put in a USB, and it just.
Oh no, mine plugs in. Mine's not Type C, but it plugs in with the.
Oh.
What was the ones that like BlackBerry?
I have a
All the old
cheap
phones
one
used to
with
use them.
USB, yeah.
Oh, micro USB.
Yeah, micro USB. Yeah, that's what mine uses.
But like this one just has a bigger battery, and then you can also get ones with like a screen and like temperature control and stuff. And I'm like,
That's
yeah,
pretty
for
cool.
something that I'm using every day, I may as well get one with a solid battery. Well, not every day, but like when I use it, I'm always like, why's the fucking battery dead? I make some tea. I'll be back.
Bless you. I wonder if I should start a Civ game. Play Dead by Daylight?
Yeah.
Why? You know you're playing Icky Survivor.
Yeah. Either that or I play Night.
You don't play Night, shut up.
I was just playing Night last night.
No, you sold out. You're one of them?
I'm not that bad.
Oh,
You just don't have to like loop yourself where I can hit you in with the ghost at the same time that insta down someone.
He's...
There are people who would loot me well. The other people are just bad. Or they trap themselves in a corner. I only like playing them though if he has a sword.
I guess I could play some Dead by Daylight.
Idiot.
Oh, but I hate Survivor, man.
I hate you, me.
Oh wait, I forgot. I don't have to run back to the PC to save anymore. That's not like Coliseum. I ran all the way back here for no reason.
No, you just go to the box.
No, to save the game, you have to go to the PC. But in this game, it's just in the menu here. Like, I forgot that you could just save wherever you want. They made it a lot better. Oh wait, but actually before I stop playing, let me make sure I switch out. I caught the Shroomish, right? Okay, I did catch the Shroomish. Yeah, let's put that in the party so I don't forget. Damn, I kind of want to use Carvanha. But like, I love Celio, but like, damn, Carvanha? I get a Sharpedo? Because doesn't Carvanha... Let me see. Pokemon DB Carvanha. It gets Crunch. Do I get TMs? I do get TMs, but do I get good water TMs? Because like this thing does not learn any water type moves. My best bet is that like they just gave it a water type move already. That's the only thing I can hope for, but like, yeah, I don't want to use that. That's tough. Okay, where's...